show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to The Toast, Jackson Friends, Florida edition, week 2, day 2. I am joined by a new friend today.
Yes.
Kathleen Post.
Hi.
Welcome to The Toast.
Thank you.
It rhymes.
It rhymes. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. Kathleen, you are an influencer, a Miami swirly,
yes,
and a toaster.
I am.
My favorite things.
Trifecta.
The trifecta when looking for a co-host for Florida Month.
I'm so glad I checked all the boxes.
You really checked all the boxes.
Because,
the vibes are party.
Yes, when you guys reached out, I genuinely was like, they meant to email someone else. This is a mistake. I actually was like, this is spam. And I was thinking that the toast was being caught up in some like fraudulent scheme. I was waiting for them to like ask for my credit card information. I was like, I need to reach out to the toast and let them know that their name and likeness is being used in some like influencer.
That's so
scheme.
funny. Imagine if you didn't respond because you were like, this is spam.
Yeah, I was reading down. I'm like, okay, where are they asking me for my credit card information and my social security? They're like, in order to lock in the spot to be on the toast, please provide us with your
pay
SSN.
$1,000. That's a good scheme.
And I was like, no, this is real. And I responded so fast. Not as fast as Cass.
Not as, well, yeah, that hence Tuesday.
Yes.
I guess. But we are so excited that you are here.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
For the toasters out there who don't know you, will you please introduce yourself? Where do you hail from?
Yes, I would love to. So I hail from Indianapolis originally. I'm from there. I've lived there most of my life. I went to Indiana University, so I know there's some IU swirlies listening.
Thank you for sharing that information because
Yes.
I find myself when we're doing Jackson Friends that like I want to know where everyone went to college.
Yeah, right. And it's
what was your
we
major?
all want to know, so let's just put it out there.
I don't know why it's germane to your story.
It adds context. Like, was I a Big Ten swirly? Was I,
Small
like
liberal
a small,
arts.
like
A
you know,
dropout.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I went to IU. I was a marketing major. I was in the business school with a minor in fashion. And I've lived there most of my life. But this past winter, we moved down to Miami, and we were down here from January through May, and we loved it.
Hear that, Claudia?
I know.
She
and after your
loved it.
episode yesterday, like
You're thinking about moving here full time.
considering.
So
When you moved here, did you ever do like the snowbird life, or did you just like rip the Band-Aid, fully move here?
Rip the Band-Aid, fully moved here. That was always our plan. We found ourselves going back and forth a lot. And also like when I was pregnant with Charlie, we had to move back for 6 months.
Okay.
That wasn't part of the plan and it wasn't ideal. But we wind up spending a lot of time back there. And now we spend summers in New York.
Okay.
So it's not snowbird at all, but like we aren't here 12 months out of the year.
Which I feel like that's most people.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were down here, everyone's like, oh, are you guys going to move here? And we were just talking to people and everyone's like, well, we split time, or, trips to the Cape. Like everyone's going
to
home
the Cape.
Well, everyone here is like from New York.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, oh, no, we go home for the summer.
Yeah,
So,
everyone here is from somewhere else.
yeah. And whenever we would talk to people, they're like, well, why don't you just move to Miami? And I'm like, my problem is we love being right on the beach. And when we were down here for 5 months, we lived right on the beach, Pargy condo, like just we loved it. And I'm like, do I love Miami because every morning I was walking down to the beach to start my day?
Is that real life?
Or do I like actually love Miami? So that's because I'm a suburbs girl. Like I'm from Indiana. Like Miami's a lot when you're from Indiana. Like everyone here who's from New York, I'm like, you guys get the vibes. But when you're from the suburbs of Indiana, like it was a big transition.
Where did you move after college?
We lived in Indianapolis for a little bit. We moved to LA for a year.
And? For
my husband's job. It was fun. Like, it was kind of one of those things where we were like, we know this is temporary. We're not going to live here forever. LA is a lot, too.
Yeah.
Not as much. Like, I feel like Miami's a little more approachable. LA, just, it's the traffic, people can be interesting. I feel like Miami people were like really nice and welcoming. Not that they weren't in LA, but it's just different. It kind of felt like who do you know? Like, how can I use a connection from you? So, and we moved out there for my husband's job, and then they asked us to move back. So we kind of knew it was like a temporary thing.
Yeah,
so
that's fun.
It was kind of one of those things where we were like, we're young, let's go move somewhere. And now we're in Indianapolis, and we're like, do we stay here? I mean, do we split time? Do we do 6 months, which a lot of people do that too. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
We're exploring.
How long have you been married?
10 years. I was a child bride.
Oh, like Claudia.
Oh, yeah. How old was she?
Like 23, I think.
Okay, yeah, I was 22.
22.
Yeah, which is crazy.
That's so nice,
We
though.
just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and people are like, 10 years, how? Which, I mean, I'm not saying I'm like that young,
no,
but like...
I'm sorry, that's a surprising fact.
Right, because like, have you been you're like, oh, you mean you've been together 10 years, married 5. And I'm like, no, we've been together like 14 years, married 10, which it's crazy because now I'm like, I look at 22-year-olds and I'm like, I would never, ever advise someone to get married that young, but it worked for us, and like we knew that we wanted to be together, and it was kind of those things where it was like, why wait? Also, like it felt normal at the time, even though now I look back and I'm like, my brain was not fully developed.
Do a lot of people like in your community growing up get married young? Like, what were the circumstances?
I don't know if it's necessarily in like the Indianapolis community. I mean, I do think in general, maybe Midwest more so than like a New York or LA. But I also grew up like super conservative Christian religious background where it was in that community, it was very normal.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't like, oh, I'm crazy for getting married so young.
It didn't feel
just
young
felt like,
to you.
Oh yeah, like that's normal. Anyways, now I look back and I'm like, that was so young, but like I don't know, I just feel like we're lucky because I see people who get married young, and it's like you grow so much. Like I feel like I am not the same person now at 32 than I was at 22, but thankfully we grew together, whereas I see a lot of couples who get married young. I mean, I'm watching Secret Lives right now, and it's just
I was going to ask you, because a lot of what you're saying like does sound like Secret Wives, like they're on their 3rd husband and they're 26.
And I'm like, I see how that happens. Like, because you get married so young, and then your values change, your goals change. And I look at these girls on that show and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And then you have to remember they're 24.
Yeah. But then sometimes it does work out.
Oh,
like there are couples there that got married really young and like it's going well.
And lots of couples. I mean, Claudia and Ben.
Oh, and Claudia and Ben. But Claudia will always say about this, she's like, Ben and I like are the exception to this.
Oh yeah, and that's how I feel. Like I feel like someday if I have a daughter, I would not advise her to get married that young. But I do feel like we are the exception. I mean, I don't know. I do know a lot of people where it's worked out, but
a lot has to go right.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, I see why it doesn't work out for most people. So, anyways, got married really young, moved to LA, moved back to Indianapolis, and we've just been trying to figure out life. And so last year we came to Miami for 1 month for the month of January, and we loved it. So then we were like, okay, should we maybe do like 6 months? We ended up doing almost 5, and then we went back to Indy. Now I'm here today, and then flying out to New York after this.
Oh, fun.
So just here to yap.
How long have you been influencing?
For 10 years. So I graduated and then started right after college. And when I started, influencing wasn't even a word then, you know what I mean? Like I was a
content
blogger.
Yeah.
Even content creator wasn't really a thing. It was like I was blogging. Like I would be like, go onto my blog post and like have out, like 30 photos of me in an outfit, one outfit, and be like, hi guys, so today I'm wearing a denim jacket and flared jeans, and it reminds me of this time when I was in the 3rd grade, and I learned this really important life lesson. Like you would literally be writing 1,000 words. It was called Lemon Blonde, because that was for the Gen Zers.
Classic stuff.
I know, right? So that back in the day, like your blog names were like 2 kind of like kitschy words. Like it'd be like pigtails and peonies or something like that.
That's like Rach Parcell.
Exactly.
Pink peonies,
right, exactly.
Cupcakes and cashmere.
Dress Up Buttercup.
Champagne
Chanel. Classic stuff. So I came on the scene and there was, something navy. That was just how it was. So I was Lemon Blonde. And,
love it.
But thankfully, my Instagram handle was always my name. So I never had to like retrain. Because now like I'll see people, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Pink Peony or that's something navy.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's not her name. So thankfully my name was always Kathleen Post. I never had to retrain the audience. But yeah, so we would like literally write blog posts about what we were wearing, which is so ancient now. But I'm glad I started when I did. It was a long time ago. Things have changed a lot. But like when I started, Instagram stories weren't even a thing.
Right.
Like you would post a photo on your Instagram to tell people to go
to your blog,
read your blog.
And they couldn't like click through stories.
No, there weren't
it was
stories.
Just, like, link
and
in
then
bio.
Stories came along and that changed the game.
Yeah.
But that was also a time because that's when you would wear these like crazy filters, like the dog filter.
Right.
And you'd be like doing a makeup tutorial and you'd be like, okay, so my lip combo today. And then you'd be like, because the tongue would like come out of the dog filter.
Yeah.
You'd be like telling like you'd be like, hey guys, so I just want to give you guys a little life update. And you'd be like, meow. Like XOs and ears would like pop out of your head. And I'm like, how did anyone take it seriously? We'd be doing a makeup tutorial with a dog filter on. And that was just the norm. We didn't question it.
It was. I used to always do like my lip videos with like a snout covering my mouth.
And you're like, isn't this lip combo Pargy?
Click to buy, the thing you can't see.
so funny. But yeah, I look back at that and I'm like, what were we thinking? But it was just normal. So yeah.
And it makes you wonder like what we do now that we're going to look back on and be
TikTok,
like,
the
that's
dances,
so, the dances.
Even like the lip syncing thing. I feel like someday we're going to look back and be like, we would memorize a script to lip sync.
That's it. I feel like I'm marked safe from this, but like, I'll watch
not on Reels. You're not marked safe on Reels.
No, but like I'll watch videos of people doing like the script of acting, a voiceover, whatever, and it's like good content.
Right.
That's how people create content. But like if you really take a step back and think about like how long did it take you to memorize that? That's what you spent like 1 whole hour doing.
It really takes you out of it. It breaks the fourth wall when you're like, oh, they set up their tripod, memorized a script,
yeah,
and then hit record, edited it, pieced it together. But it's fun to watch. You just can't think about
the dog
behind
filter
the
was
scenes.
fun to watch too, though.
It was. I mean, we just didn't want to show our real face. It
It's
was
true.
scary. You felt so exposed to the world. So it was like, maybe if I put on ears, a snout, and have a tongue sticking out of my mouth, I can present myself to the world safely today.
It's true. And I do feel like, for the most part, we've graduated from filters.
Yes.
Like, even on Instagram for a while, there were like those AI beauty filters that were like, they didn't even look real, but they were just nice to look at. But I feel like I've been clean from using beauty filters for 2 years now.
Yeah, it was kind of this progression. It took a while to become sober, but I started with removing the animals from my face. And then I was like, maybe if I just use these like subtle beauty filters, like it's going to make my lips a little bit bigger, my nose a little bit more snatched. And like, it's also going to make me look like really like creamy, like very like beige.
Blurred.
A little sparkle, but like I'm not an animal at least.
Yeah.
Then it was like, okay, super, super subtle. And now I'm
now
clean.
we're free
Yeah,
of
you
them.
just got to show your face.
And it's funny because if I watch old videos from like 2019 where I'm using those like Instagram beauty filters, it's like, that doesn't look like a human being.
No, it's so scary.
And I was so beautiful then. Like, girl, take the filter off.
My skin was
and
so good.
Put it on now in 2025. Now I'm so brave. Then, like, what am I hiding?
No, we were really warped, and it's still a thing on TikTok though. Like I see on TikTok, a lot of people will post a video, and I'm like, wow, that girl is so gorgeous. Who's her plastic surgeon? She looks amazing. And then it's like flawless skin 5,000.
But they tell you when people use a filter.
Yeah. So at least it's showing you, which Instagram did too. But
yes, it did.
Yeah.
But you're saying they look like real people. Like, if they didn't tell you you used a filter, it's just better technology.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you would glance at it and be like, wow, this girl is stunning. How have I never seen her before? Then you put the filter on your face and you're like, I am stunning.
How have I never seen her before?
And you're like, oh, that's why it's the filter.
Interesting.
So yeah, now we just gotta, this is just exposure therapy. I'm on the toast, filter free.
Yeah, we're filter free here, but it's a party environment.
It really is. It's so fun being behind the scenes and seeing how this
what do
all
you
is made.
think?
I love it. I mean, I've never been on a podcast before, so I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous right now.
No, that's so okay.
I've never done this, but this is so exciting.
I'm humbled and proud that we are your first one, but like,
yes, you guys are taking my podcast virginity.
what did you expect when you came here, and what is
I kind of thought we'd be in like a small little room. I also didn't expect this to be so beautiful, and I also like that we can kind of see ourselves. Like I can look. And
yesterday
a little. I can zhuzh just in case.
We're supposed to turn off the monitor because otherwise we'll just stare at ourselves the whole time. Like, hey, so we should turn off the monitor.
No, I like it. It's
you
good.
like it? Okay, but
just in case I'm like
eyes up
being
here.
crazy. Yeah, okay.
That one's
all
your
right.
camera.
I'm trying to just look at you, but every once in a while you might see my eyes going over. Just gotta check things out a little. But no, this is so cool. You guys are obviously so successful, and it's so fun to just be behind the scenes. I'm a toaster. I'm a Patreon-y. I'm all the things.
Thanks, queen.
I bought Camper and the Counselor for my sister-in-law who's having a baby.
Oh my gosh, thank you. She will love it.
Yeah, she's a huge toaster too. So I didn't tell anyone I was coming on.
Oh my, are they going to be like?
Yeah.
What?
I told a couple people because in my excitement when I got the email that I thought was potentially fraudulent, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm freaked out. And I kept waiting for you guys to email me and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. We were actually looking for a different Kathleen. And I was like, thankfully, Kathleen's not like a super common influencer name, but I was like, maybe someone tipped Jackie off like, oh, hey, Kathleen, and you meant to email a different Kathleen. And so I was like, I kept waiting for like the cancellation email, like, hey, sorry, we double booked you, or like, Jackie's sick or something like that. And I was like, no, this is really happening. So I didn't tell anyone. So this will be a surprise.
I understand. I'd be the same way. Like, I don't tell anyone anything until it's over.
Yeah.
And it will be funny if you like don't tell your friends who are toasters, and then they'll just like open up up their phone
that's the plan.
See that it's you.
Surprise!
I love that. Jump scare. Kathleen's on the toast. We have such an important episode today.
I'm so excited.
Because we have the Fast 5 stories.
Yes.
And we are here to work and break down the stories. And then we also have Dear Toasters. You are here on a Tuesday. And
yes,
you
DTQ.
will be...
I'm here for you.
She will be making sure that we get to the Dear Toasters
yes,
today.
I didn't even think about the fact that it was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's Dear Toasters Day.
We have some really cute submissions, and the girlies need our help.
I'm here to help.
We're here to help.
That's what I love about being an influencer. I'm just here to help the girlies.
Well, that's also like co-hosting the toast. Like, this is an act of service.
It is.
We're giving back to the community, and we appreciate your service.
Yeah, we're just here to help.
We're here to help.
I'm so excited.
So now, without further ado, it is time for the Fast 5 stories that you do.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
When you do the do to people who aren't familiar with the toast, are they like, what the heck?
So
last week on Jackson Friends, I was like, I wonder if that like takes it out of like, what is she doing?
I feel like anyone who comes on the toast, even if they don't listen all the time, like they know that we are a little funky.
Yeah.
And we've got things and we've got inside jokes.
You're quirky.
So like when I do something like that, it's like, oh, okay, that's just like toastings.
Okay, got it.
They don't question it. I would hope. I don't think they think we're so like straight laced here.
Right. Yeah. We're having fun. We're quirky.
Even though we are getting down to business.
Yes, we're here to work.
Today's episode of The Toast is brought to you by Smart Mouth. Smart Mouth is the only mouthwash that is scientifically proven to eliminate and prevent bad breath for 24 hours with just 2 rinses a day. Here at The Toast, we take bad breath very seriously. We are dedicated to combating bad breath and helping the world in combating bad breath as well. And so is the inventor of Smart Mouth. His name is Dr. Cohen, and he spent years researching halitosis. He literally wrote the book on it, and we are such big fans of his work here at The Toast, and we are so honored to be spreading the gospel of Smart Mouth. So Smart Mouth prevents bad breath 12 times longer than the leading brand. Its unique dual chamber bottle keeps 2 powerful solutions separate until you're ready to rinse. When you pour the 2 solutions into the cup, you are activating the Smart Zinc technology. This zinc ion activation is the key to eliminating and preventing sulfur gas, in layman's terms, bad breath, and the secret to all-day fresh breath. So thank you, Dr. Cohen, for introducing this product into our lives, and you can never have bad breath again with Smart Mouth. Find Smart Mouth at Walgreens, Walmart, and Amazon, or visit www.smartmouth.com/toast to snag a special discount on your next Smart Mouth purchase. That's www.smartmouth.com/toast. Don't miss out on 24-hour fresh breath. Your mouth will thank you. Your friends will thank you. Your family, your partner, everyone you know is going to thank you. Today's episode is also brought to you by Wayfair. Wayfair, you got just what I need. If you need literally anything in this life, you need to head over to Wayfair. It is the best for everything home, outdoor. They literally, if you think of it, they have it on Wayfair, and they also have things that you couldn't even think of that you need, but that you need, like kids' toys, outdoor play sets, water tables. Like, it's crazy how many things I've gotten on Wayfair, and they're all in different categories. Of course, my outdoor patio furniture is from Wayfair. I've had it for 3 years now. It's still as pargy as ever. I redecorated my entire guest room with things from Wayfair. Not one thing was not from Wayfair. The wallpaper, the armoire, the dresser. And the wallpaper is Schumacher, by the way. Yeah, you see this wallpaper? Schumacher. They have amazing wallpaper at Wayfair. So if you want to just spruce up a room, do the wallpaper, head over to Wayfair. There's something for every style and every home. They'll make it easy to tackle your summer goals. You want a little summer refresh. You want some great outdoor furniture. You're spending more time outside. Go to Wayfair. Their shipping is insanely fast and efficient. And if you have an idea in your head now, like, you can have it done by this weekend if you shop a huge selection of outdoor furniture online at Wayfair. This summer, get outside with Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now. Wayfair, every style, every home. I also have like a little fire pit area in my backyard with a circular couch from Wayfair. When I think of every single item in my backyard for outdoor living, it is from Wayfair, and it is the best. And if you want to enjoy a pargelicious summer, head to wayfair.com. wayfair.com. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Olive Ave Jewelry. Olive Ave Jewelry is all about helping you remember the feeling. From handcrafted engagement rings to custom fine jewelry, Olive Ave creates pieces designed to celebrate love, friendship, and life's most meaningful moments. With personalized design that feel truly yours and quality craftsmanship made to last, Olive Ave Jewelry is a perfect choice for every occasion. whether it's a proposal, a gift for a friend, or just treating yourself to something beautiful. You know, we love talking about the finer things in life. So let's talk about jewelry, because whether you're celebrating love, friendship, a milestone, or just treating yourself because you deserve it, Olive Ave Jewelry has you covered. They have everything from stunning engagement rings to the perfect sparkly push present for your sister Kojus, and those perfect little pieces you buy just because you feel like it. And let's be honest, sometimes those just because gifts are the best ones. But here's the thing, Olive Ave Jewelry is quality, like actually made to last. No more cheap stuff that falls apart after 2 wears. Their pieces are designed to become part of your biggest and most unforgettable moments. And the customization options are unreal. You can create something that's completely your own, whether it's for a proposal, celebrating a friendship, or just because you wanted something cute and shiny. So if you're ready to add a little sparkle to your life, head to oliveavejewelry.com and use code TOAST at checkout for 10% off your first order. That's oliveavejewelry.com, code TOAST for 10% off your first order at Olive Ave Jewelry. Get yourself something special. Treat yourself to something beautiful. Our first story, a little update in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni case, which does seem like big news, so we shall discuss. Blake Lively is attempting to withdraw her claims against Justin Baldoni of intentional infliction and emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress. The move comes after his team sought discovery that included her medical records in their efforts to defend the director against her claim that she suffered severe emotional distress and pain, humiliation, embarrassment, belittlement, frustration, and mental anguish. Her attempt to withdraw the claims surfaced in a filing Monday by his attorneys, who are seeking to compel the actress to sign a HIPAA release for access to therapy notes and other relevant information. Well, damn.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense if that's what she's saying happened to her. Like, they have to then prove that that's what happened to her. But I would not want to sign something like that. Like, then your therapy sessions, regardless of what happened in the case, are then in the docket. Like, what if
that's
she has
my worst
marital
nightmare.
issues? So I understand why she's withdrawing. I think this is like a hard thing to prove, and it just like opens up a can of worms.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look good that she's withdrawing something, because, you know, this whole time people are like, that didn't happen, and now she's like,
right. But that is a good backup plan. I mean,
for him.
Well, so for her to withdraw.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't like help her case.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, that's an easy thing to say. Like, sorry, gotta withdraw.
Yeah.
But I mean, I recently saw a psychiatrist, and the whole time I was thinking, what if this gets leaked?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I never even thought
or
that there's a way that
whatever.
it could.
Yeah.
You know?
just think like.
But if you want to prove that you've had emotional distress, you like need to prove it. It makes total sense. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I kind of zoned out for the first second of you reading, because I just was like, oh my gosh, I'm on the toast. Can you just reread the first couple sentences?
Yeah, so basically she was in her suit. She's claiming that he caused emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress.
Okay.
She is now rescinding that and withdrawing that claim because he said, okay, well then show me your therapy records. Like, where's the emotional distress?
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
So it doesn't look good for her.
Yeah. Nothing is looking good for her right now.
Well, that's the truth.
I think one of my biggest concerns in all this was where Taylor would fall in line with everything, and I'm feeling like right now she's kind of marked safe I was just thinking, how is this going to affect my view of Taylor? And I feel like her separation from Blake is marking her safe in the situation, which I'm happy about. But right now where I stand is that they're both crazy and have Justin and Blake, crazy, right, and Ryan have huge egos, and their egos are bruised. And I kind of went back and forth, like Team Justin, Team Blake, flip-flopped a little bit, and now I'm just like, you're both crazy.
Yeah. So would you judge Taylor if she was like still stepping out with Blake at this point?
Of course. Ooh. Would you?
No, I kind of judge her more for like not standing by the person that would be her best friend and who she said is her best friend. So then when I was talking with KFC last week, I kind of like ended up in this place of like maybe their friendship just wasn't as close as I ever thought it was. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I appreciate loyalty.
Yeah, that's true. But if someone's throwing you under the bus and like
calling
you a dragon, like dragging you into this and, you know, threatening to release text, like to me, I'm like,
well, if all that's true,
I'm like,
well, then we find out that like she seems to have crossed her. So like Taylor's like, oh, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty ride or die.
Yeah.
So it's not, I wouldn't
You're a
judge
better person than I
wouldn't judge her for standing by Blake, even if her friend is like so wrong.
Yeah. It's so tricky because we will just never know the truth. And I think that's the hard thing is like we can speculate all we want, but like we're never going to know how good of friends they actually were and what went on behind the scenes.
Like, I just feel like that's not something to throw around lightly. But what
do
do I know?
You have to say, like, what if it was like she asked her to be the godmother and she's like, I don't want to be the godmother. But how do you say no to something like that?
That's
Can
what
you
we were
say
saying.
no if someone's like, will you be the godmother of my kids?
I think so because I don't know a lot about like godmothering. Are you anyone's godmother?
No. I have someone's our dog mother, but
doesn't it mean that like if anything happens to your kids that you would take over?
Yeah, and I think like there's probably something else legally written, and some people maybe just use the name as like you're the godmother,
right? Like it's just a cute thing,
right? Yeah,
like an auntie.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know how seriously she took the phrase.
Wait, so like if she's, I'm sorry, this is even crazier. If she's the kid's godmother and like she's gonna be like providing for them if anything were happening to Blake and Ryan and like now they're not friends anymore.
Right. Yeah.
That's weird. What do you do then? Has anyone had a split with their kid's godmother?
Sure. I'm surprised no one's written in on Dear Toasters about it.
Sure that they have. Sure. But I honestly, we might not choose it because I wouldn't know how to advise you because I know nothing about godmotherhood.
Yeah, I do think that a lot of people probably say like, will you be the godmother? But it's not in writing. That would be my guess.
Yeah. It's just a nice title.
Yeah, it's cute. It's like, will you be the godmother?
It is.
It's not written in the will. But yeah, I'm right now. It's not looking good. But I love all the stories about it. And I love when something new comes up because it keeps it fresh.
It does keep it fresh. I can't say that I love all the stories about it, but
you have to talk about it all the time.
Right. I do look forward to the trial though. And like getting answers and then being done with this
and moving on.
Even though I think ultimately just like the two of them just didn't like each other or maybe did like maybe they liked each other.
I don't buy that.
I don't know.
I think
writing
maybe
it off.
Blake's ego is a little bruised. And whether she maybe had a little crush or something like that. But I don't think they like had a fling.
No, I don't think anything came of it, but like maybe there was crushes.
Yeah, just a little crush and a little ego bruising and
now they're both like butthurt and they've made it like too big of a deal to kind of back down now, but they should never like have gotten to this place. Except he needs to take back his name and his company and his movie. So I understand why he's like putting everything he has behind this.
Yeah, so does Ryan still follow you guys?
Oh, I don't know.
Because
I don't think he listens that closely. Oh, yeah. Ryan Reynolds had followed the toast over the summer. When we were defending Blake from our own volition, we just, we didn't like what was happening. Let's go see.
And that was a big deal when he started
following. He does
following.
follow the toast for now.
He still follows.
For now, but that's not going to change what I say.
No,
Sorry, Ryan.
of course. I
can't
honest.
be bought.
No, you're authentic.
For less than $1 billion.
You're authentic, raw, and real. A true influencer.
Thank you so much. Are you ready for our next story? Speaking of authentic, raw, and real, Kylie Jenner is sharing the exact details of her boob job with a fan. So a creator on TikTok made a video saying that she loves Kylie's boobs. And like, Kylie, I know you probably won't see this. And if you do see this, you're not going to answer. But like, I need to know what you asked your doctor when you went in for your boob job. Hold on, I'm going to clear my throat because I know you don't like when I talk through my frog. As if it's my fault.
You're doing great.
So the TikTok user uploaded a video of herself on Monday urging Kylie to share what she asked for when getting her boobs done, hailing her boob job as the most perfect natural boob ever. She said Kylie's boobs are perfection. She said, help a girl out at Kylie Jenner. I just want to know how to get them to sit like that. So Kylie commented on the video with the exact specifications of her boobs. She wrote,
which is crazy.
445cc, moderate profile, half under the muscle, exclamation points, silicone, exclamation points, Garth Fisher, exclamation points. Hope this helps.
Wow.
LOL. She gave the doctor, she gave the CC size, she gave the material.
What does half under the muscle mean? How do you go half?
I don't know, but like thinking about it like gives me the
No,
willies.
I know. I'm like thinking of cutting and going half. I feel
no,
like it's
literally
over or under.
I don't want to think about it.
But I love that she just responded to that. I mean, first of all, it just shows that she's on TikTok. She's seeing what the girlies are saying.
Yeah.
When you guys post about her, she's seeing it, which I love. I love when celebrities, they're just like us. Like they're scrolling the FYP as well. I love that she shared what she did. And I feel like that's very rare.
Yeah.
But also like not like anyone could ever afford her doctor.
No, but you could definitely bring these specs to your doctor.
Yeah, get the Kylie dupe.
The fact that she had a boob job was not news to Kylie fans because she had talked about it on the Kardashians. I think last season she talked about her regrets and how she she had her boobs done when she was really young, and like she actually misses her old boobs, and like now that once she had a daughter, she started to like see herself differently, and like so she regretted getting them done. So it wasn't like we didn't know she had a boob job, and she's telling us that, but to be so detailed is really appreciated, honestly.
It is. It's rare these days. I mean, was it Lindsay Lohan
like, don't
just recently
gatekeep.
was like, oh, it's chia seeds.
Right. Lindsay Lohan is taking like the
chia seed route.
The chia seed way out of like, I'm drinking a lot of water. I mean, that's your right as well. Yeah. But also like Chris just also got the Lindsay Lohan special. Yes. And her rep like confirmed who the doctor was. And like, that's just information we need to know as women. That's women supporting women.
It is. Like, why are we gatekeeping these things? I think like, especially with Lindsay Lohan, I think I could have read this wrong, but I think there was like an article where she was like, yeah, everyone's like hating and speculating, and it's like, no one's hating. We are obsessed with your new face. You look amazing. Like we all want what you have. We want to know who your doctor. No one's hating. Like I understand not wanting to like feel like you have to share with everyone everything you've done, but like I don't like when it's taking like the hating route of like, oh, no, they're hating on me. They think I'm fake. I'm like, we love your work. You look amazing.
I think some people just like want us to believe that like it's natural and they achieve this on their own, as if that's like, you know, more impressive, which I guess it would be really impressive if she achieved it through like chia seeds and fluids.
But it's such a stark difference.
It is.
And she looks amazing.
Yeah.
But it's not chia seeds. I think she maybe was out of the loop for a little bit when she, you know,
she missed the chapter on like authenticity.
Yeah, she missed where we're not like claiming it's olive oil, or we're, you know, claiming it's like, was it Jennifer Aniston was like, you know, certain water or something like that. It's like no one, you know, you're stuck in 2015. No one thinks it's just chia seeds anymore. Like you can claim what you had done. And she looks amazing. Like she was like a trending on TikTok where everyone would like post like a pargy picture of the ocean. They'd be like, this and what Lindsay Lohan had done. Like everyone's praising your work. But yeah, I appreciate Kylie coming forward. We love that.
And even I'm sure Kylie's also had like other stuff that like we don't know about and that she wouldn't share. So just giving us like a little something, like some crumbs, and anyone could go get a boob job. Like, thank you, Kylie.
She was just in Indianapolis, which is where I hail from.
And your team won?
Our team won, the Indianapolis Pacers.
They won the semis,
not what did you think it was? Like the Pennsylvania Pacers.
The Pennsylvania Pacers, my favorite team. No, but I guess everyone got really quiet after the most recent Knicks game, so that means the Knicks didn't win.
Yeah, the Knicks lost to
and
the
now
Pacers.
They're out
of the tournament,
right?
And now I don't know if
the Pacers go on.
Pacers now go on to the finals.
Oh, it was the semifinals.
Yes, so now they'll go on to the finals, and we're planning on going to a game, which will be fun. But
who are they playing?
Thunder. Lightning.
Feel the thunder.
Oklahoma. Kansas. I feel like it was Kansas because I remember being like, oh, the Chiefs, and also like football and basketball, go Kansas.
Oh, does anyone know who's the other team in the finals?
Oklahoma City.
Oh.
Oklahoma City. That's Kansas?
Thunder? Yep, OKC. Yep.
OKC, like
no,
Oklahoma State?
Oklahoma City in
Oklahoma City in Oklahoma.
Oh, but what?
And what's
where
the
was
name of the team?
Oh, I think I heard KC, and I thought it was Kansas City. Okay.
Thunder. Oklahoma.
I got Thunder right.
City Thunder,
and I think
from
I
the
heard
great
KC,
state of Oklahoma.
And I thought Kansas City. And I was like,
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, so they're playing next, and I think we're going to go. But I was really sad because Kylie and Timmy were in Indianapolis.
Are you going to I just want to know, are you going to pay for tickets, or as an Indianapolis influencer, you shall receive tickets?
No, I will pay for tickets.
Okay.
I don't have that kind
of pull. You don't have that pull. No. What's the scene like? I feel like you would.
Well, actually, I've never tried.
Right?
Yeah.
Put it out there.
But
it's never worked for us doing that on the show. Claudia had to pay for her own Knicks tickets, but maybe in Indianapolis, there's just more.
It's a smaller pool.
A big fish, small pond. Like,
yeah. Okay, I will go. I will be decked out in Pacers gear. I will be the Pacers spokeswoman.
Literally love if someone gets free championship tickets from the show and it's not Claudia or I.
Yeah, and it's someone from Indiana.
Speaking of, the Panthers are in the Stanley Cup.
Congratulations to the Panthers.
To you too. You're like a Florida girl half the time.
Yes.
Congratulations to us.
Yes.
They're in the Stanley Cup.
I'm not like acclimated to the Florida teams. So when you said Panthers, that meant nothing to me, if I'm being completely honest.
What I was saying to Cass yesterday, it's a shame. Like, a lot of people move to Florida from elsewhere, and like they bring their team loyalties with them, and it doesn't translate into like Florida pride. However, the Panthers rock. So who doesn't want to cheer for a winning team?
Yeah. That's how I am with the Pacers, if I'm being honest.
They're a winning team.
Right. I'm here to jump on that bandwagon. If I see a bandwagon going by, I'm here to jump on. I'm here to support. I will say I was very sad, though, that I wasn't at the game that Kylie was at, because I'm sure that had to have been her first time in Indiana.
You think so?
Have you ever been to Indiana?
I've never been to Indiana.
Have you been to the Midwest? Like, you've been to like Chicago.
I've been to Oklahoma. I've not been to Chicago.
What?
I have not been to Chicago.
Oh, I would think you guys would have done like a toast show there or something.
No, life has not taken me to Chicago.
Okay. Well, that was if you were going to go to the Midwest, I would think Chicago would have been your best bet.
Yeah. I'm trying to think where else.
That had to have been Kylie's first time in Indiana.
You think so?
And
You
I
don't
just
think
wanna
she
know-
ever did like a Kylie lip kit tour of Ulta's?
Ulta's, maybe.
You know,
We do have Ulta's there.
Right. I feel like the Kardashians are actually well-traveled in the continental U.S. And abroad. But I feel like they're America's
true.
royal family. Like, I do feel like they make it through.
Because I was wondering, like, what did she think? And I was like, I wonder where she ate and where she stayed. And then I remembered she's not like us. She got right off the plane.
She got off the plane.
Went to the game and got back on the plane.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I wonder where she's staying, where she's eating, what's she up to?
I'm sad that Kylie's run with the NBA Finals is over.
It was fun.
It was so
really
much fun.
Did you see the thing about her Knicks lingerie?
I did. She posted a picture of her suitcase.
So
and there was
cute.
some it looked to be lingerie. I probably wasn't,
No, it probably wasn't.
but everyone's
we
freaking.
can
But she
we
also was
can-
like playing into this
Yeah.
whole thing with Timmy and the Knicks, and she reposted that TikTok of Samantha from Sex and the City saying, "I only get
Yes.
laid if the Knicks win."
Yeah.
So she's like,
I
all
loved
in.
it. I know, I'm sad it's over.
Because it was just a window into their relationship, and I don't know when
It
the
was
next
really
one
fun
will
to
be.
see.
Maybe the U.S. Open. She likes tennis.
Yeah, but this was like front row, like all about them. It was a fun era. I'm sad it's over, but I'm happy for our Pacers.
I'm not happy for you guys,
Sorry.
but I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I do look forward to hearing if this yields any free
Maybe
tickets
they'll
for you.
bring me out on the court. I mean, especially now that I've been on the toast.
That's
That
what I'm
really elevates me to a next level.
You would think, but like, trust me, we've been trying. But I hope it works out for you.
Yeah, any Indiana girls who are listening, I'm happy to support.
Well, our next story, someone who was not supportive. Meghan Markle was snubbed by an A-list singer who turned down an invite to appear on her Netflix show. So rumors are swirling after celebrity commentator Kinsey Schofield said on a recent podcast episode of The Nerve with Maureen Callahan that Dolly Parton reportedly snubbed Meghan after she turned down an invite to appear on the actress's Netflix series with Love Meghan. Kinsey said her team was livid, Meghan's team, because no, they don't want to risk Dolly's reputation Q score and her popularity by associating with Meghan Markle. They knew that this ask was just to give Meghan credibility in this lifestyle space, a space that Dolly does have a lot of credibility in, and Dolly declined. So this is all like
Sad day for Meghan.
sad, but I also have to take this story like with a grain of salt.
Right, because how many things have you said no to?
Who
It
is-
doesn't mean you've like snubbed them.
Right. Who is Kinsey in this world? Like, I don't know what, like, information she has that is true. But I can imagine a world where Meghan went out to Dolly Parton, like, to come on her show, because that's just a good idea.
Right.
And Dolly saying no. However, I don't think it's because Dolly's as spineless as this makes it seem. Like, I just don't think that makes complete sense for her. But I think if Dolly liked Meghan, she would be like, I don't care what's popular or not. Like, I support you. I will publicly support you. I just think she didn't want to.
Did they say that Dolly didn't want to risk her reputation going on
Yeah.
Meghan's? And they, that's.
I don't think that's how Dolly operates.
Yeah.
Like, I think Dolly's good name is intact. I
Yeah.
think she could do what she wants and support causes that she or people that she believes in.
That's the thing. She's been around for so long. Her reputation can't really be tarnished at this point.
No, for
Like,
sure.
she's pretty solid. If she wants to go on a podcast, she can go on a podcast. But I do think Meghan's probably having a tough time getting people on. Have you heard of anyone good recently?
I don't know what's upcoming for season 2, but on the first season she had Mindy Kaling.
Okay.
But I also think the show shouldn't have that many celebrity guests.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't expect there to be more. But she does have like a lot of friends in her community, and now she's friends with Gwyneth. That would be nice if she went on. But
I would love that.
I think that it's an easy way to get publicity and like love for your show by having beloved celebrity guests. However, like, I just don't think it's a plan for longevity. Like, if you're gonna have a fire cooking show, like, it needs to be fire with whomever is on.
Yeah, but not everyone can be Jackson Claude. You guys have that star power.
We do have that. No, we just have like I don't know, the consistency of like not needing a guest, but a lot of people like need guests. Their whole show revolves around guests. It's not like something to be ashamed of, but I think for what she's doing, it's not a guest-based show. I don't want so-and-so teaching. She had a chef come on and like teach her how to cook. I don't want to watch that. I just want you to cook and talk to me, not your friend who I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you watch the show?
No, I didn't. But the nice thing about listening to The Toast is you feel like you've watched a lot of shows without actually needing to put in the time. So I get the summary, I get the clips, and you scroll through TikTok, you get the synopsis.
The gist.
And a lot of times I feel like I've watched the whole show before I ever even watch it. So like between you guys breaking down the trailer and all of that, I'm like, all right, I've got the gist. I'm good to go. I'm catching up on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives right now.
So good.
But I'm like, I feel like I've already seen it. I've got the gist.
I feel like we haven't even recapped it that in depth, but stay tuned for later this week because we have a big
I was
Secret
just
Lives
wondering if you guys were
recap. I just want to say, that's all I'll say. If you've been looking for a Secret Lives recap, stay tuned for this week is all I'll say.
I will say though,
watch this space.
Sometimes I feel like, okay, I've already seen I've got the point. I've already, seen the show enough just from listening to The Toast. But then I actually watch and I'm like, no, this is
crazy. But also like sometimes we tell you have to watch something. And I hope that you're doing your homework.
Yeah. And it's like
watching Sleepover. Have you rewatched it recently?
I have not rewatched, but Yancy is my icon. I do need to rewatch that. How does one rewatch Sleepover?
Oh, it's definitely on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Or it's just like Amazon and you have to buy it.
That
but
would
it's
be
like
a great
it's worth
rewatch. Okay.
It stands the test of time.
I'll watch it on my flight after this.
So like we let you know when you need to watch something. You know what show I'm watching? I'm curious if you're watching it.
Probably not.
Good Friends and Neighbors, the John Hamm show.
No, I watched the trailer though and thought about watching it.
So I have been watching it. I'm like, I don't know, maybe on episode 8. The first season just ended, so I won't get cut off, but I am speed reading for the redheads right now, and that's just taking up all of my free time. And I'm really enjoying the show. It's like a good scripted show. It's not amazing, but it's good.
Yeah.
And it's Pargy too. It's like a nice scene.
That was on my list. The storyline was it was interesting. I was like,
I just don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah. That's
how much they could do with it.
That was kind of, after watching the trailer, that's where I was kind of like, I don't know how much they can do with this, but it would be fun. But yeah, right now, Slommel is taking up my content plate, and I'm loving it. I'm
jealous of you. I'm jealous of anyone who has.
I feel like it's better than the first season.
It is.
I love Taylor still, love all the girls, but I do feel like, I feel like my opinions on some of them have changed.
Yeah. Which is what keeps it interesting.
Right, exactly. And I feel like they're still putting it all on the table, which I respect. I could never do that. Like doing ketamine therapy while being recorded, that is...
Have you done ketamine therapy?
I have not. And if I ever did, I think it's... I don't know. I mean, I think it's something that they use to treat... I'm not the right person to ask. I was going to say like trauma
but what does it entail?
PTSD.
Yeah, I saw them do it on the show, but like what does it entail? And like some people do it often.
Yeah, I think you can like maybe do different cycles of it to like work through something, but it seemed like it was just a super emotional experience, but I would never want that recorded.
Yeah. But I think like they've all just signed this contract with each other and themselves and their partners being like, we're going to put our entire lives on the show. Like, this is our chance at stardom. And like, this could set us up for the rest of our lives. And they're doing a really good job at it. And you have to like respect that they are just willing to bear it all.
I respect it so much. Yeah. I mean, they are not holding back anything. I really hope I never have to hear someone say dry humping ever again. That's something I do not want to hear come out of a grown man's mouth.
Yeah.
But I love that they just put it all out there, and I could never do it. So I have so much respect for them.
Yeah, and like when people do that, they really deserve all the positive things that come with like.
And I think they will. Like I feel like
TV
Taylor
fame.
is. I mean, she's already a star, but I think she's got a bright future ahead.
I agree. Our fourth story, some exciting Sabrina news, because Sabrina Carpenter is bringing booty shorts to the next level in a Not Safe for Work new music teaser and billboards around town. So rumors are swirling, whispers that Breener is going to be dropping new music. She has some billboards in like her classic Serena style. One of them says Man Child. So like all of this is equaling maybe like a new single coming out called Man Child, probably about Barry Keoghan. And there's a video she posted to her Instagram of her trying to hitchhike and like cute little booty shorts. So I feel like we're getting a single and a music video, and we kind of need that
We do.
from Breener.
I
Even
was
though
just
she's
thinking,
like,
I wonder what
she's
she's
kept
been up
us
to.
fed.
She has.
But I
we're
guess
hungry.
there's like a kind of a dearth in the pop space. I feel like right now, like the pop girlies going off, it's like Tate McRae and Addison, and it's
We're ready.
not doing it for me personally. But I'm
Tate
also
and Addison?
old. Yes.
Okay. Same. I think we need some new Sabrina. Tough time to be Barry. I think.
Well, he did what he did.
He did what he
Like,
did.
He had it all.
Yeah.
He had it made in the shade.
He really fumbled. I hate to admit this on air, but there was a time when I was like, I kind of get the Barry hype.
When you watch Salt Bay,
Yeah, Salt Bay. Salt Bay. I was like, okay, I can see it.
you watched the movie.
Yeah, I did. Did
Okay.
you?
No.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was entertaining.
So
And-
you thought he was like
No,
handsome.
I don't even know if I would go so far as to say handsome.
So like
but
he had something.
yeah, like I was like, okay, I see it. Like they're cute together. Like there were some maybe more flattering like clips of him on the red carpet, and I was like, okay, I kind of get the hype. And now I'm just like so icked out by him.
Mm-hmm.
He just gives off like little rat boy energy, and but you know, I feel like I can be so easily swayed. Like I feel like with Timothy,
Yeah.
I at first was just like
Little rat boy.
Yeah, little rat boy. And then
Rat Boy is in. I thought last summer was like Rat Boy summer. Did you see that?
I think it's Rat
back.
Boy 2025.
I think so too because of Timothy.
Yeah, because of Timothy.
But he's
And
not being rat like.
No. He's giving King energy, but I will say I put him into that category
Yeah.
at first, and then I saw
I think
Dune.
that is where he comes from.
He does. He is the elk of a rat boy.
But he's now going on to bigger and better things. He's Rat King.
He's Rat King. Isn't that in like the Nutcracker? There's like
Yes,
a Rat
it is.
King.
That's what I was like. Where is that from? That's a real thing. The Rat King. I'm seriously
Rat King
cracking
energy.
up. We've read the Nutcracker back and forth so many times.
It's a
like,
book? Oh,
well,
yes,
it's in everything.
right.
But we read the book. And some versions call it the Mouse King. Some it's the Rat King. Just
Was
like
it a book first before it was a musicale?
so
or
first it was
ballet?
a story,
Okay.
and then it was put to music by Tchaikovsky.
Okay.
So it's like two separate things. But in some, the
a
girl's
tough watch
Maria, some
sometimes.
she's in Clara.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things. I think it gets lost in translation from the
It
original
does.
Russian.
I have to Google it whenever I see it. My niece is a ballerina, so I frequent the Nutcracker, and every time I'm like, okay, what's happening? It's a tough watch, but
It is. I don't understand. Like the whole thing is a dream,
Yeah.
and the two Maria and Franz like are not the no. That's her brother, Maria, and the Nutcracker who turns into the prince.
yes.
Are 8 years old, like on a world tour.
Yeah.
and then she wakes up.
And then I'm like, which part's the dream? Which one's real? Yeah. But back to Timmy, he did grow on me. Once I saw Dune, I was like, okay, I get the hype.
Okay.
Yeah, like, and not that I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so attractive. He's still giving Rat King energy, which is not my type, but I'm so happy for him. But I was like, okay, I get the hype. And that's kind of how I felt about Barry for a little bit.
Got it.
But now I'm like, which
Yeah.
could happen to Timothy someday.
Only if Kylie turns on him.
Exactly.
And if I'll do what Kylie says.
But if Kylie turns on him, then it could be bad.
it would be bad. You do not want to hurt our Kylie.
But right now
I'll
he's
tell you that.
thriving as king of the rats.
I don't think he'll hurt her. I think even if they break up,
Yeah.
it won't be nasty. And I don't think it'll be because like he did her dirty. Watch me be so wrong. I'm seriously wrong about all of like my
Clip it.
relationship predictions. Clip it. But I think even if they break up, which I could leave space for the fact that
Yeah.
that could happen, even though I don't think it will.
You think they're in game?
I do.
Do you think they'll have a baby together?
I do.
Okay.
I really do. Maybe I'm so delusional,
I could,
but
I
I'm
mean,
having fun.
I can't believe they're 2 years going strong. To me, it just feels like it's just
More
been a few
in love,
months.
more in love than ever.
More in love, more touchy than ever. Nick's lingerie.
Nick's
It all
lingerie.
goes back to the Nick's lingerie.
Yeah. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Nutrafol. Ladies, I know it's that time, you know, you get to a place in your life and you're like, where'd all my hair go? It wasn't always like this. And Nutrafol is coming in clutch because they are the hair loss hair care solution for constantly staying on top of your hair health for a million reasons, you know, your hair suffers, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, pregnancy, postpartum, just our hair constantly changes. And I feel like our hair is such a big part of our identity that it's something that you want to stay on top of because you don't want to just wake up one day and be like, oh, I wish I did this sooner. So Nutrafol is one of the best solutions for hair health because they have a supplement, a daily supplement that has everything that you need to tackle all of these core issues. Everyone's root causes of hair thinning are different, so a one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't cut it. Nutrafol has multiple formulas designed to give your body what it needs to grow and support your hair's unique needs. Whether you're navigating postpartum, menopause, a plant-based lifestyle, or simply looking to see less hair shedding, Nutrafol has you covered. Many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies. Nutrafol is clinically tested, and its final formulations use their advanced hair measurement tools like hair counts and pull tests to track real improvements in hair growth. This summer, stop worrying about your hair and start making memories. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code THETOAST. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code THETOAST. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code THETOAST. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Rakuten. We are always talking about being financially mindful on this podcast, and Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. We're talking fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, dining, concert tickets, and more. Yes, while we are often talking about financially mindful, we are also talking about shopping. You know, we want to do both things. We want to shop and we want to save money, get cash back, and that's why Rakuten is made for the girlies and the swirlies. Your favorite stores pay Rakuten to send them shoppers, and Rakuten then passes on part of that payment to its members as cash back. So some of your favorite stores, including Macy's, Bluemercury, need cash back at Bluemercury, Kiehl's, Tarte, Fenty Beauty, UGG, Neiman, Saks, like they are partnered with so many of the best brands that we shop. So it is a no-brainer. The cash back is deposited directly into your PayPal account, or Rakuten can send you a check. Love a check. The check is in the mail. Membership is free and it's easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up. So if you want to be saving money and spending money, like some of us, you've got to download the Rakuten app. You can even maximize your savings by stacking cash back on top of other deals like store sales and coupons. You're already shopping at your favorite stores, so why not save while you're doing it, yeah? It is truly a no-brainer. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Thrive Market. You guys, my life is brought to you by Thrive Market, and I will never not take the opportunity to tell you all about it, because if you're sleeping on Thrive Market, you're just making your life harder and you might be eating unhealthier. I don't know, but it's just a guess. So Thrive Market is an online marketplace. It's like your favorite health food store, but online and way more affordable, and you don't have to lug home the groceries from the grocery store. They show up at your door. They have premium brands like Primal Kitchen, Siete, Who, Simple Meals, like all the crunchy girls. Our favorite brands are on Thrive Market. Cloud Popcorn is now on Thrive Market, and it's all delivered to your door and up to 30% less than what you'd pay at traditional stores. Everything they sell is non-GMO and meets incredibly high standards. They actually ban over 1,000 ingredients that are still allowed in U.S. products, like artificial dyes, preservatives, and seed oils that a lot of us are trying to avoid. The site is so easy to shop. The best part is that everything that's on Thrive Market is approved by Thrive Market, which means that it's a healthy option. You don't need to comb through the ingredients. You don't need to evaluate which brand would be better. Like Thrive Market, if it's there, it's good, and it has that Thrive Market stamp of approval. So it makes grocery shopping quicker, more peace of mind, and I get my cooking ingredients from there. So when I'm cooking, I know my meal is made with like healthy, low ingredient products, and that's my favorite. So skip the junk without overspending. Head over to thrivemarket.com/thetoast to get 30% off your first order and a free gift of $60. That's thrivemarket.com/thetoast, thrivemarket.com/thetoast for all of your kitchen needs, snacks, pantry essentials, cooking items, olive oil, everything. You can stock up on your kitchen and it will arrive to your door and you didn't have to carry it home from the grocery store. I love that. Are you ready for our fifth and final story before Dear Toasters?
I am.
Brooklyn and Nicola are on the cover of Glamour magazine. Photos are pargy. They sat down for an interview with Glamour, wide-ranging, talking about their wedding. This is all very interesting to me. I didn't read the interview yet. I probably won't. But it seems like we're talking a lot about Brooklyn and Nicola these days. They seem to be on like a bit of a press tour. Yeah. Like a article came out yesterday that they've hired Meghan and Harry's lawyer.
I saw that.
And then a few weeks ago reported they went to dinner with Meghan and Harry. I think those are like two things that they shouldn't do.
Yeah, I want. What would they need their lawyer for? Because I understand with Harry and Meghan, they're much more family tied up. But what would they need a lawyer for?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it like
Brooklyn
we want this
lawyer.
money from the family, or
They hired the lawyer to do what? Let's see. Oh, Daily Mail subscription. Nope.
pass?
I'm going to go to my tried and true, page 6. Okay. They hired UK lawyer Jenny Affia, who is a partner at a firm, to help them with their reputation management. A source tells Page 6 that they are fed up with so much shipping written about them. A second source said, sort of sad to see these desperate and unnecessary. Okay, that's someone's opinion. So I guess reputation management, like crisis PR, which
I thought it was like
Meghan and Harry also did.
splitting from the family management or something.
Right, like how do
almost
I
like
leave my
divorce,
family
but
and keep all
for
my
kids.
money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was like, is this a thing? Which I could see maybe with the royals, but like.
Divorce for kids is a thing if you're under 18, but like Brooklyn's a
But
grown
I mean,
man. If he doesn't want to go home,
but
he
more
doesn't have
like,
to.
divorcing from the family. Like if there was something about like money being tied up or.
No, it seems to be just about like reputation and
management.
like being able to probably sue people who are writing negative stuff about them.
Now
I
they're on the
don't really-
cover, so.
I don't feel like people are writing negative stuff about them. I feel like them not going to the dad's 50th birthday is like the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that was a statement. You
Yeah.
don't miss your dad's 50th birthday.
I also feel like this cover, they're really, as much as they hate them, like wanting to be Victoria and David Beckham in this.
Yeah,
And there's
the
so
denim.
many images. Like he obviously looks like his dad, but like she's just like a gorgeous supermodel like his mom.
So gorgeous. The most gorgeous in the room.
And like she has dark hair right now, like Victoria did.
Yeah.
And like with their like, it looks like an old Calvin Klein. It looks very 90s. Like it's very David and Victoria. So it's just like funny that they want to separate them from them while also like wanting to skin and wear them.
Yes, but I do feel like 90s like denim is just kind of classic. Like,
No, you can make that argument. But this just feels like we're the new David and Victoria.
Yeah. It's big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Big shoes
endeavor to
fill.
do it.
I would not, but when you are the kids of them, that's kind of, I feel like they'll always be compared to them. You know what I mean? A beautiful woman, you're always going to be. And does she have a beauty brand?
No.
Why did I think she did?
No, she's like an actress and producer.
Okay, got it.
The other pictures from the shoot are really beautiful as well. It's just like a random time for them to be doing PR together.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it all actually, like this sort of dignifies all of the rumors, like, and the fact that they're hiring someone to deal with their reputation. Like, I feel like they're trying to push forward as a couple, and it's like, it's not giving for me.
Yeah, so
even though I love them as a couple, I just want them to like stop and go home and call his dad and say happy birthday.
I know. It is really sad. But we don't know what happened behind the scenes. But so there's nothing there. Are they promoting something? They were just on the cover.
I don't know. I would have to read the article to find out. And I don't know that I will because, like I said, I'm speed
Right.
reading for the redheads right now.
What book are you guys reading right now?
7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And it's like very, it feels like a Julian Fellows
Is there
show.
any relation to like Seven?
No.
Okay.
Like
It
literally,
just,
and you
it's
could
the Seven
say,
and the Evelyn and
you could say like, oh, the author copied the title. When I tell you this author has never heard of
Oh,
Evelyn. Like,
okay.
because it's literally set like 1920s British countryside. It's like a Julian Fellows movie in a book. It's a murder mystery too. And I just know that if you asked him who's Evelyn Hugo, like he would have no idea.
like,
But
Evelyn
when I
who?
first chose it, of course, like, and maybe even the title, it was like interesting to me because it reminds me of Evelyn Hugo. But these two things could not be more different, unfortunately. Though the book I can't say it's bad because it's a good book. It's like the mystery just keeps unraveling. It's so layered, but it's just like, it's a serious book.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I've listened to or I've read a few of the Redhead books. Maybe what was the one about where she goes to the hotel?
Oh,
In
Wedding
like
People.
Nantucket. Yeah, Wedding People. I
Love.
read that one. There are a couple other ones that I've read, but yeah, that one doesn't really seem like it's up my alley.
Well, we'll see. I haven't finished it yet.
Okay.
And I feel like the ending is going to be like we've been working towards a big ending. And
Okay.
if the payoff is good,
Okay.
you might hear me saying something
I might
different
tune
on the
in.
episode. Let's get into Dear Toasters because we
DTQ.
need to help the girlies out. We have some really great submissions today. Dear Toasters is our weekly advice segment. If you want advice from Jackson Friends or Jackson Claude when she's back, write into deartoasters@gmail.com or head over to our website and submit your quandary. It will all be anonymous. The website's automatically anonymous. And if you do email us, like, we will never share. It's not even on my, details out the window. Thank you to everyone who wrote in. Let's start with our first one. Hey, Jackson friends. I found myself in a bit of a dilemma and I need the help of my favorite swirlies. I'm a freshman in high school and the adjustment has been very difficult for me. I've always been a positive and outgoing girly, but coming into high school, I have shut myself off and I now lack any real close friendships, which I have never struggled with before. I listen and look up to you guys so much, so I'll take whatever advice you guys have to heart. Thank you so much.
Aw,
this
tough
really
time.
touches my heart.
Yeah.
First of all, I love that you are in high school and you're a toaster. Like, that means the world. I've actually been here myself. I don't know if you listened to our Patreon episode when we talked about our childhood and growing up and how I switched high schools in the middle of high school and I had a really hard time making friends. And like, I literally had to apply myself to making friends. And it's just sort of the thing where, at least for me, like, I had to just disassociate and like pretend to be someone that I was not, like an outgoing, not shy person, and get her done.
Hard to do.
No, it was so hard to do, and it definitely like made me stronger as an individual. And just put yourself out there. And I feel like in those moments, I'm just like, okay, I'm not me. Like, I'm just a person who is gonna make a friend right now. And I feel like you could find like different ways to connect with people, like based on hobbies that you have, like maybe joining some clubs, or if you have certain subjects that you really like finding people in classes that like you connect with. But I feel like you shouldn't feel bad that it's more of an effort for you than it's ever been before, or more of an effort than it seems to be for other people.
Yeah, high school is such a tricky time, but I also feel like there's so many. This is such a wholesome Dear Toasters.
It's so wholesome, and we need to help her.
I just want to give her a hug through the phone, but you still have so much time ahead of you, and I feel like there's so many ways to get involved in high school that are just like low stakes, like sports, clubs. I don't know. There's so much. And I do think that, like you said, you just have to make a choice to put yourself out there.
Like, put your head down, like,
you just have to do it.
Yeah.
It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be awkward, but you just got to
like go up to a group or two girls or one girl, be like, hey guys, how are you? Like, I know it sounds like seriously cringe, like I want to die, but that's what it takes. If it's not happening naturally, and like for some people it's easier to make friends, or they don't have to think about it, or they have childhood friends or family friends, they have like built-in friends, but it's not like that for everyone. And also realize that other people are feeling this way, not just you. And
that's
like
someone,
you might go up to someone and say hi, and like it will make their day, and you don't know what they're going through. So just sort of see it from like a bird's eye view of like, it's not like everyone has their amazing friends and you're a friendless person, even though that's how it feels.
Yeah, I think everyone in high school is insecure and looking for friends, looking for their identity. So even though you might feel like, oh, I'm the only one who doesn't have friends, or I'm shy, or I've just, turned in on myself, there's so many other people who feel that way. And I think people are much more receptive than you think. I mean, you could even start your own club. And invite people to join. People love, I don't know. I did that in high school. I started
What club?
It was a fundraiser for Haiti, because there was this was like 2011.
Yeah.
There was all this damage from the hurricanes in Haiti. So I started this club, and we would like we would like make baked goods and sell them. And it was so random, but it was so fun. And like, didn't necessarily do it to like make friends, but that's like a random example. But there was like a club I was in where we would play like, what's that? Bananagrams game?
Bananagrams, yeah.
Like,
Claudia was in a club like that. She loved that.
It was so random, but there's so much you can do in high school.
Yeah, there are so many ways to get involved. And even if someone else is having a fundraiser, like if it's something that you want to be a part of, like that is a great way to meet people. Like you have to get people's phone numbers and connect and send them stuff. And like, it just keeps you busy. And then you're like, oh, and
yep. And she said she's
I have
a freshman.
This network. Yeah.
Okay, well, I am a terrible singer, but when I was a sophomore, I joined show choir. And like they let anyone in, like I didn't even have to audition. But like what I'm saying is it's not too late even as a sophomore, like you can do something new as a sophomore or a junior. You don't have, it's not like, oh, I missed my freshman year, so now I'm like locked into this. It's like you can try something new as a sophomore. And I met so many people through that, and I was awful, but it was so fun. Yeah.
Don't give up. Like you can do it. It takes a little bit of hard work, but it will be worth it. And we are rooting for you, and we've all been there.
Yes.
Next up. Hey, swirlies. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 3 years now. Our relationship is very healthy and thriving, and he is seriously such a P-Jom. Our plan is to get engaged next year and married the following. However, I have one aspect of this future with him that I'm have trouble getting over. It's finances. He thinks we should have separate bank accounts and deal with our own finances individually. I completely disagree and want to take more of a joint approach with shared accounts. I stopped bringing up the topic because I don't think I can change his mind. I trust him, but like, what if he wants to spend it secretly? Is this going to be used against me someday? What should I do? Is this a deal breaker? Thank you in advance. Love ya.
Tricky.
Tricky.
So I know some people who do the separate bank accounts. We've never done that, and from the start. But also, we got married so young.
Right.
Like, we were 22. Like, what money were we combining?
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, I actually really like that, and I feel like it set us up for a really good foundation. So, I don't know. This is only coming from my perspective of only ever having a shared bank account. I could see so many ways that this could go wrong.
It's like, I don't even know what's scarier, if he has like all this money and he's spending it and like he's not sharing it with you, or if he has all this debt and he's like hiding it from you.
Yeah.
Is he hiding good stuff or bad stuff?
Yeah. And who's making more money right now? I don't know. Maybe she's better off keeping it separate if that's the case.
Yeah. I wouldn't just assume, like, maybe you don't want any part of his finances.
Yeah.
You
like,
know?
keep it separate.
I wouldn't just assume it's like he's going off spending and doesn't want you to know about it. But we do a fusion of both of these things. So we each have separate accounts, but we have a joint account that we each put the same amount in. And we use it for like joint ventures.
Yeah, maybe you could suggest a little combo.
Yeah, a little combo. The combo has worked for us, because then also you get to have like your personal freedom. If I want to get a little something, I'm getting myself a little something.
Yeah. I will say that, like, there could be a lot of fights that come from having a joint account. I mean, when we first got married, I came into the relationship with debt from college, and we were on like a really strict budget. And I remember my husband would like check in on me and be like, "What did you spend for $2.33 at Target?" And I was like, "I was picking up donuts for my coworkers." And it was just, I felt like I was, had all these tabs, and he's a numbers guy, he's a finance guy. And like, that was kind of what we needed at the time. So like, it was fine. And like, we're good now.
It's stressful.
But it was very
So I just wanted my
stressful. So like,
donuts.
maybe it's better to keep it separate. I don't know. I think there's probably so many different opinions on this, but I like the combo idea.
I've not like had it like an issue with it. I enjoy it. Like, so if you want to buy yourself like a Chanel bag,
Yeah, now I can do whatever.
you do it from your joint account.
Yeah, but like, we're both putting money in there.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if I was going to make a very large purchase, I would probably be like, "Hey,
Heads up.
just a heads up. Here's some thoughts." But like, at this point, we've been married for so long. Like, I also kind of know what is worth mentioning, like what that dollar amount is. So I'm not going to go buy a new car or something without talking about it first. But I have financial freedom to do the things I want to do. But I think it also just depends on everyone. Like,
On everyone's work
Are
situation.
you both working?
Right. It's only one person working, and like, so it's their money technically, and like, then you are just beholden to how they want to deal with it.
I do think even if he wants to keep things separate, there should be a conversation where you at least see everything. Put all the cards on the table. Are you in debt? How much are you making? Like, let's at least be transparent about it before you get married to this guy that maybe he's got a gambling addiction or something.
Yeah, and I imagine she has a job if they're like not married and she's not like living off of him as his girlfriend. But yeah, also making sure that you can both put a agreed upon amount into a joint checking, like that he's good for that. And whatever else he has or doesn't have, like, okay, that's your problem.
Yeah, I do think money causes like the most fights in marriages, or it's one of the things that causes the most fights. So my advice would be to...
It's tricky. So I
wouldn't just be like, "Oh, he's a P-Jom, it's all good." Like,
but I also wouldn't be like, he's hiding something, it's a deal breaker. Like, it's a tricky subject.
Yeah, and really get to the bottom of why does he want to keep it separate?
Yeah.
Like, is it because he doesn't want someone keeping tabs on him, or I don't know. But I do think it's something worth getting to the bottom of.
Yeah. I agree. And you have to. And I think if he's a P-Jom and like you said, like everything about him is perfect, like this is an obstacle that you can overcome.
Yeah. And I do think it also maybe could be coming from his parents, or like pressure from someone being like, "Hey, don't."
Someone who had like a bad
accounts.
experience.
Yeah,
but every couple's different.
Yeah.
So you guys have to find what works for you.
Just talk it through. And you know what? Maybe you'll want to keep things separate so you can buy things on your own.
Yeah, because you don't want to deal with what he's going on, which is not pargy.
Yep. Not
Who knows?
pargy.
You never know. Next. I am divorced out of a toxic, verbally and emotionally abusive marriage. Glad to be away from the situation and hope to deal with my ex as little as possible. My mother refuses to remove our wedding picture from her house. Every time I visit, I have to see the picture and I hate it. It's not like it's a family picture. She has other pictures from that day that she could display. It's just my ex-husband and I in the photo. I'm about to boycott visiting if that picture is there. It's front and center when you walk in. What would Turdy and Jax do? And Kathleen. It personally gives me the major ick and ruins my day. That is so
That's
off.
so weird.
I would knock it to the ground and break it and then be like, oops, garbage.
Yeah, I would just go in, swap out the photo. Go do a
Have
photo
you
shoot for
tried?
yourself.
It's like, have you tried changing the photo to a different one that you like?
Yeah, she's
and
not
it's-
gonna-
does it like resurface every time it like regenerates and it's still the picture of you and your ex?
I don't think
feel
she's tried yet.
You need to take matters into your own hands. Like, of course, it's upsetting that your mom wouldn't want to take down this picture of this now stranger, like
Yeah.
irrelevant person who hurt you. That's a different issue. But if we just want to tackle the issue of having to see the photo, get rid of it.
Yeah, you have two options. You either go in and draw like devil horns and
Ruin your picture frame.
Yeah, exactly. Or you hire a photographer, do a Pargy photo shoot,
Or like,
and
no,
just
sure you
swap
got like
it out.
solo
Just-
bridal shots from that
Exactly.
day. You don't even
And
have to go to all
'cause
that
I'm
effort.
sure she just wants a picture of you. She feels like this is a special moment that I want on display, but this is not okay. And I would want nothing to do with any of those wedding photos if I were in your situation. So yeah, either vandalize it to get your point across or swap it out with a portrait.
Swap it out, passive aggressive, even though definitely there's an underlying issue of like her not being able to let go of this marriage or
That's really sad.
which is really like
It's time to let it go.
Yeah, but let's
You're
just start with the
divorced,
picture.
And it was obviously not a good divorce.
Obviously.
It was
and like your her
traumatic.
child.
So it's time to let it go. You can steal it. Here's the thing. She's not going to know how to reproduce that photo. My mom calls me anytime she needs to print
So
something at
true.
CVS. She's like, how do I upload a file? How
How does anyone print a photo?
It's tough, and they're always grainy. I mean, it's not an easy process. So the good thing is she will not know how to replicate that photo. So you're safe.
I totally agree. Get her done and then deal with the obvious larger underlying issues
Yeah, you need
at
to
a later date.
talk to her about that and just
Yeah.
tell her that it's time to let go.
Agreed. Well, that's your toasters. I think we've really helped out the swirls. Kathleen, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been
This
an
was so
absolute pleasure.
fun.
Where can everyone follow you?
I'm Kathleen Post on Instagram, TikTok, all the places, and I'm just here for the girlies. I share my outfits and
So cute.
I'm
Such
just
cute
here to
stuff.
help.
You look
Thank
adorable
you.
today and every
we
day.
match in our brown.
Yeah, your
I love
content
it.
is really Pargelish,
Thank you.
fashion girly. So check it out, and we will be back.
This was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, anytime. We'll be back tomorrow with another wonderful episode. We love ya. Bye.
Bye.